What is happening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? It is your boy, D-WIZZLE. Thank you as always for tuning back into the channel, and welcome to another edition of Quick Movie Reviews, where I just give my quick thoughts and pretty much a rundown of how I feel about the film, not going into too much detail, but pretty much acting as recommendations if you should or shouldn't see the film. I know with these two films, pretty much everyone has seen it already. But for me, I'm just pretty much playing catch up because I know I've been gone for a while, so I haven't gotten to talk about certain movies. So this is like the best strategy to get to certain films. So with that being said, let's talk about two horror films that sucked. We're going to be talking about Hereditary and The Nun. So first up, let's talk about Hereditary. Alright, so Hereditary was directed by Ari Aster, and it stars Millie Shapiro, Toni Collette, Alex Wolff, Gabrielle Byrne, Ann Dowd, and Mallory Betchel. Okay, so about this film, I haven't heard much about it. I haven't seen a lot of marketing for the film, though I've heard a bunch of people have seen it and said that it's one of the scariest horror films you'll ever see. It's so messed up, it's disturbing, whatever it is. So I'm like, okay, this is really getting me interested to see this film. I didn't see it till maybe 2 or 3 weeks after it was released, but that whole time people were just overhyping the movie, being like, this is a really good horror film, but it's really messed up and you shouldn't see it. So at that point I was thinking, okay, how messed up is it? Is it like Mother messed up? Is it like Evil Dead messed up? Is it like The Conjuring messed up? Like how messed up is this movie really? Like if it's really what people are saying it is, I think we're in for a really good horror film. So people are just putting it on this pedestal right here, being like, "Oh, this is so amazing! It's a really good horror film. You should go watch it." So yeah, I saw it late, 3 weeks after it was released, and I was really excited. I was hoping to see something messed up because I like messed up stuff in horror films if it progresses the story and it's not just forced in there. So yeah, I saw it by myself. Yeah, because, I'm a psycho. I see horror films by myself, and I'm completely fine. So, yeah, I saw it, and I was underwhelmed. Sorry, guys. Maybe it's because people were just hyping it up so much, but even putting that aside, it was just very lackluster. It didn't push itself far enough. I would say the performances and all of them are really good. I liked Alex Wolff in the movie. Toni Collette was really good as the mother. And Millie Shapiro, I think she's going to go far. She definitely shows potential of, being a really good actress. And I think if they give her more horror film opportunities, maybe not even just they give her more opportunities to act in films, I think she's going to do really well. She definitely is a standout. She had some really disturbing moments here and there, and I thought it was going to build up more and more as we see the film, and it kind of does. But when it gets to it don't really even get messed up till the end of the movie, pretty much. And then when it gets interesting, it just ends. And I'm like, wait, what? No, there has to be more, But it's this whole time, I'm just sitting there being like, okay, I'm waiting for the messed up stuff to happen. Okay, and there's some stuff here and there. There's some decapitations. There's some weird stuff in the dark, whatever. And it's there's some weird just disturbing imagery here and there. But I'm like, okay, I want a little more. Get more into the story. It just felt like filler for most of the film. And like I said, when it gets to the end, that's where it gets really interesting. But it's it just abruptly ends before it gets into whatever, gets into what it was setting up, So it's I wanted them to go into more of that. It was getting really cultish and like some demonic exorcist type things, and I'm like, oh, this is really fascinating. I can't wait to see what they do with it. But no, the movie just stops. And like, they really miss an opportunity here. I don't think this is the worst horror film ever made, but it's like, this was just so disappointing to me. I don't understand why people thought this was like one of the scariest films out there, because there are so many other films that were psychologically more messed up than that. You know, it just really baffled me. Really, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I just was underwhelmed with the film, and I just wish it'd done more. So overall, I give the film a C plus. Like, it gets like a B for effort, but a C for results. So that's how it balances out to a C plus to me. Very underwhelming to me. But now let's get to this next horror film, The Nun. Okay, so The Nun was directed by Corin Hardy, and it stars. I'm going to say these names wrong. Just let you know, I'm going to try my best. But it stars Taissa Farmiga, Bonnie Aarons, Damien Bichir, Charlotte Hope, Jonas Bloquet, Jonathan Coyne, Mark Steger, Sandra Talis, Manuela Siuker, Jared Morgan, Amy Sava, and Sandra Roscoe. Okay, so I really enjoyed the first two Conjuring films. I think they're very well made horror movies. I don't think they're like spectacular, like the best horror films ever made, but with the track record of horror films that have been released for the past 10 years, this showed effort to me. This is what you do with horror films. They don't rely on the jump scares or the gore or the stupid characters, but no, there's actually craft and care put in those films. James Wan really brought a style to those movies. So with that being said, I don't care for this Conjuring universe, bruh. Like, all the films in this Conjuring universe outside of the first two is just so half-assed and just underwhelming, not scary, like bland characters. I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, James Wan is pretty much overseeing all these films, and it's just, they don't hold a candle to the first two Conjuring films. I'm not expecting them to be just as, I'm not expecting them to be better than the Conjuring films, but at least show that you're, good horror movies. They're not, I don't like Annabelle. I think Annabelle is so boring and underwhelming. It's not scary at all. It didn't do anything for the mythos for me. And then you have Annabelle Creation, which I thought was an improvement. There was, the characters were better and the story was a little bit more engaging, but overall it still was just meh to me. So I'm like, these Conjuring spin-offs, I just don't care for. But I saw the trailers for The Nun, and it got me excited, really, because The Nun was one of my favorite parts of The Conjuring 2. So I'm like, yeah, I'm excited to see what they would do with this film, just setting up to what they did in Conjuring 2. How hard could that be? And James Wan did help write this, so I'm expecting some really good quality filmmaking from this. The trailers really got me hyped. It was making out it was going to be one of the scariest horror films of this year. So it really got me pumped. I saw this in the theater, and I was so mad. This movie is so boring. What is wrong with our horror films, man? What is going on? What happened to the effort that they put in with Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Evil Dead? Like, what happened to horror films today, bro? They're not even trying. It's like, this is so underwhelming. This movie is jump scare central, pretty much. Every scare is a jump scare. Like, there is barely any tension. I can predict when the nun is going to pop out from the shadows. Like every time, it was like when they do the pan to the hallway, and then they pan back to the character, then they pan back to the hallway, and then here comes the scare. Bah! It's pretty much that crap. I'm like, what are they doing? And then there's barely any story. I can't tell you what the story is about because I don't know it. I don't know what goes on in this movie. It's literally just them just going to this abandoned castle, whatever it is, and just trying to see if the nun is there. I guess I don't know. Just the characters were one-dimensional. I mean, I like the pastor. He was okay. But it's like, literally, there's just no story. I wish I'm not being facetious when I'm saying this. I'm like, I can't tell you about the story because there's nothing engaging about it. It's like they wasted like an hour and 45 minutes, however long this movie is, just having the nun just come out and just prank people for most of the movie. She doesn't even like kill people when she pops out. She's just scaring people. That's it. I'm like, what am I supposed to get from this? How does this add to the mythos of The Conjuring? It doesn't. Now I know there's certain moviegoers who are very religious, and even the concept of a nun being possessed or being like demonized or whatever is a frightening image, because I know they really look up to nuns because they're the most purest souls out there. So I get on that aspect, it's terrifying. I do respect that, but for me, I just wanted them to go farther with the concept, but they don't. They just are so surface level with it, and this could have been something really interesting, and it makes you think, makes you question stuff about religion. It's like, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, these are just horror films. None of this is real, but the nun itself could have created like another like layer to the narrative, that has to do with religion and stuff like that. Dealing with demons and cults and whatever it may be. The nun could have been just more than another monster that they had to face in The Conjuring 2. But no, they just stood with that. And that was disappointing to me. I was bored to tears. This is not the worst film in the Conjuring universe. I still think Annabelle is the worst one. At least with The Nun, it had a little bit more production value, I guess. I was more intimidated from the nun than Annabelle, but that's not saying a lot because Annabelle just sat in a chair for most of her film. But I'm just done with these Conjuring films, guys. I'm just sick of them. Like, please stop making them. The next one they're going to do is The Crooked Man, and I really don't want them to mess that up. I really like The Crooked Man. He's my favorite part of The Conjuring 2. But if this is the track record they're going to do with Conjuring spin-offs, I don't want any more of them. Just stop it. Stop it. Or make a Conjuring 3. Make a Conjuring 3, because apparently that's the only films you know how to do good with. So overall, I'm going to give The Nun a D+. I don't know, what is going through their mind making this universe, bruh? Like, I don't understand. But yeah, that's how I feel about Hereditary and The Nun. What did you guys think about those movies? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? Comment below and let me know. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Don't forget to leave a comment, obviously, and subscribe to the channel if you want to be updated on future videos I'll be doing. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.